Hello, everyone. It's William here from Allegory Gallery and my buddy Gilbert back here as well. Um, so, what a few days it has been. Yesterday, kind of a blur. Um, uh, we had our quick chat yesterday. Um, as I said I was going to do, I went home, took the cats out for a little walk and for their birthday. And then I took a nap just a quick nap, short nap, because Andrew and I stayed up most of the night doing a lot of work over at Star Cottage Studio. We had a lot of things to do. And I think I came home at about 6:15 in the morning. I think that's when I got home. And then I had work from my other job, so I did a little bit of that work. And all in all, I was probably up to about 7 or 7:30 in the morning. And then I took another nap. and luckily we had helpers at the store today, so we set that up so I didn't have to be there in the morning. And Andrew was supposed to come home last night, but he stayed at Star Cottage Studio working all night long. So I went up in the morning to check out how he was doing and what all was going on. I picked up some things to take to the store and drop them off, some of the things that we were working on. And then I came home and Andrew came home and we both went to bed for a little bit. This was probably at about noon today. So I slept probably until about 5 or so this afternoon. And Andrew slept for like 2 hours and then got up and started doing work again. So I'm all shifted around now. I'm normally I'm used to this in my real life. Whoops, let me turn my lights on here in the studio, in the office. So I am used to this. This is normally how I am. Much of my life has been spent at night, but it's odd right now because I'm not used to it. So the fact that I slept most of today and am wide awake now, who knows what's going to happen tonight. But we have some things to show you today. I don't know why my light is not working of all times. There it goes. I have a sensor that turns on the lights in the office when I'm here. It wasn't working. So we are going to show you some of those paintings today. I have some charms also that I'm going to give you a sneak peek of. We're going to get a few charms. Andrew says we're going to do more work. I think Andrew's going to pass out. I can't believe he's still alive and moving at this point, because if I would have stayed up all night and not gotten a rest or a nap at all, and then napped for like an hour or two and then gotten up again and worked again, I would be worse than I am now. Like, I look tired already. I can feel it, but I'm not. I'm pretty good. Just thrown off a little bit by all the time changes. So that's why we are doing this a little bit late today, because if I would have had to get up to do this at our normal 5 o'clock time today, it would not have been a good story. So we postponed here until tonight. And it's a lovely Friday night. It is still, what, 66 degrees here in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. I have my windows open. I don't know, you can see that. You can see a lot of reflection. My dirty windows I have to do spring cleaning on. But yeah, and the cats are joining me here. Gilbert's running back and forth. He's neighborhood watch for us. So he is in the windows watching everything that's going on in town. But yeah, so it was a good day. We got a lot done, a lot done. But it's shifted everything around for me today. So let's see who's out there with us. Sandra is out there. Happy Friday to you, Sandra. Hello, Anne. Thank you for joining us. Teresa is with us. Valerie says, I feel guilt-ridden. I went out to breakfast with friends and then created jewelry. That was my day. That's an awesome day. Don't feel guilt-ridden. My day was good. you know, I'm a night person generally. And so when I'm awake at night and I don't have to feel the guilt of sleeping in the day, you know, like where I should be at the store or I need to do this, I don't mind. So it's kind of, it brings me back to my college days. A lot of times in college, I would go to classes. If I had early morning classes, I would go to classes and then come home and take another nap until my evening classes or until I had to start doing, you know, homework and stuff. So that's kind of how I was. And then I went out at night with friends and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of like that again for today, but we can't keep it like this because I have things at the store I have to do most days. And so this worked out great for me. I really wanted to see the video of these paintings and I wouldn't have been available at 5. I was not available at 5 either. That's for sure. That's for sure. Andrew says, got to make hay when the moon is full, right? We had a full moon here recently, right? So yeah. Marianne says, so late I want to nap about now. Aren't you like 2 hours behind us too? Isn't it like 7 o'clock your time, Marianne? That's definitely not late to me. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's been a good day, I think. I spent most of it sleeping, which was nice, But yeah, so how is everyone else doing out there? Hit that share button, everybody, please, right now. Just hit share. Thank you. We appreciate that. Since we're coming at a different time, we have a lot fewer viewers than normal, and I know why that is. We also couldn't tell our YouTube folks that we're going to be on at 9. I should have planned this a little bit more, but I just wasn't with it today. That's all. So if you're out there on YouTube, sorry that we couldn't get a notice out there that we were going to be a little bit late today. I put the notice on Facebook, so Facebook knew, but not those out on YouTube, which we're pushing everyone to YouTube. So I got to work on that better. Full moon is today, says Marianne. She gets up at 5 a.m. Yeah, I was just getting home last night when you were waking up then, or somewhere around there. Actually, a little bit after that. I got home about 6:15 or so. I thought the full moon was a few days ago. I'm totally out of it. I saw somebody on my timeline posted about the full moon already a few days ago and just thought that's when it was. I don't know when anything is happening anymore. Andrew, I think, made a post about we were working on our calendar together and what craziness that was. Normally, before Andrew was on the board of Touchstone and had his artist in residence program for the metal program at Contemporary Craft, he was mostly home. So my calendar was kind of my calendar, and I put stuff on the calendar and he could look at it and know what I was doing. But now we had to go through all of his things and add them to the calendar because he's being very busy lately, very busy. And so we spent probably a good hour of last night, maybe more, just kind of getting the calendar together and working on that. Hey, Denise, thanks for joining in. Good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. What else? Yeah, so we spent an hour getting the calendar together. Then we went to Star Cottage Studio and worked on a bunch of stuff. And then I napped and slept for most of today. Teresa says, I'm a night person too, but I have to be up by 7:30 a.m. I usually am up until 1:30 a.m. though. Yeah, I get it. It's hard, right? It's hard as a night person. When you're a night person and you just want to kind of chill out and, you know, do your thing at night, and then you have to get up for work in the morning. It's not fair. That's not fair. We should be able to work at night, sleep in the day if we want to. Yeah, that's what I think. Marcy says, no full moon here, raining. Been trying to find info on an order posted for March. No tracking has been sent. Did you email? Email me, and we'll see. We'll take a look at it. I can't look at it right now because I'm on my phone right here. And that's usually what I look at stuff on. Just send an email if you haven't. I have not checked my email today, folks. So if you did send an email today, I have not checked that. But if you have any questions with anything, just send us an email. Right there it is. And we'll get back to you quickly. It's probably the quickest way you'll hear back from us. Because sometimes I'm in the store, sometimes I'm not. So people at the store don't always have the information. So just email us. And I usually check that daily. I just haven't gotten to it today because I just woke up about 2 hours ago, maybe something like that. Enough time to go run and get some food for tonight because I'm not cooking and Andrew's not cooking. So yeah, let's see here. Andrew says, speaking of Denise, we're thinking of starting in-person programming again. Yes, we are. We are planning, hopefully, to get oh, see, my phone just did that weird thing again. It keeps the screen keeps changing. Hopefully you're still out there with me. My timer is still counting up, so I think we're doing okay. Yeah, so Andrew, part of going through the calendar last night was thinking about and talking about whether we're going to do some in-person programming. I think if you saw Andrew's post, we're talking about, and we've been talking about moving the online store at Allegory Gallery to Star Cottage Studio so that we can have space. And once we get all that done, we are going to start bringing back in-person programming. Maybe even before that, we'll see. But we want to start doing some basic classes again. And just, for all of our locals out there who already know what they're doing, but just want to hang out, we're going to have that open again, hopefully very soon. So we're working on that. Lisa said they went to the local gem and jewelry fair. That's nice. That's really nice. I hope you had a good time. I hope it was nice. I hope it was worth going to. I know things right now are up and down, whether things are, happening, whether people are actually going to them. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, right? But yeah, most of the time, the things that we've seen, events around here are semi-well attended anymore. And it's a mix whether people are wearing masks or not. We usually do on any gathering just because I know when I was wearing mine most of the time, I didn't even get a cold. So, and allergies were a lot less. My allergies were better. Right now, I'm very stuffy because we're coming through a transition time here. So yeah, even our cat, Babette, who usually gets allergies, she's getting allergies again too. Teresa is joining in. Thank you so much. Valerie says full moon is called the worm moon in March, refers to thaw and worm movement. Yeah, that's cool. That's what somebody posted. They said it's the worm moon, and I thought that was happening that day. So I'm off a few days, I guess. But I love the names of the moons and how they relate to what's going on. I don't know about you all. I don't know if it's a real name. We have peeper frogs here. Everyone calls them peeper frogs. I don't know if people have those, if that's a Pennsylvania thing or not, or if that's their actual kind of common name. I don't know. But the peeper frogs, I heard them for the first time 2 days ago. And once we hear those, that generally means spring is pretty much here. Like we'll have another frost, I'm sure. But for the most part, once you hear the peeper frogs chirping, spring is here. So everyone, spring is here. I know we're going to have a cold blast probably. We usually have 1 or 2 more. But for the most part, spring is here. I hear birds. Let's see, we were up at Star Cottage Studio. We were driving back and forth probably at one point around 2 or 3 in the morning. We came home to collect a few more things. I think it was around 3. And there were birds chirping at 3 in the morning. So that means the birds are excited. They're coming back. They're excited to be back here. Things are happening. So I think spring is here. I'm very happy about that. As much as I do love winter, I'm ready for spring now. That's why I love living in a place that has like 4 seasons, because I do get very tired of them over time. Usually our spring and falls are so short though anymore, because summer and winter seem to have grown. But so I'm hoping for a really nice spring, and later in the year, a really nice fall this year. We'll see what happens. Hello, Kay. We haven't seen you here in a while. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen your name pop up. Maybe the 5 o'clock time's harder for you too. But welcome. Thank you for joining us again. Lisa said the event was very well attended. Good. Good. I'm glad for that. Denise is happy we're doing in-person stuff soon again. Hopefully you'll come in, Denise, and hang out with us and make stuff. I always tell our locals, I try to let people know you're welcome to come in pretty much anytime I'm there, and just hang out and make stuff. But I know that's hard. It's hard to get stuff arranged. So we're going to work on doing more in-person stuff. Teresa asked, would you consider doing Zoom along with the in-person classes? We started that at the very beginning of the pandemic. I think we were one of the first. No one else was really doing it yet. And we started doing like Zoom classes like we were having an in-person class. So people could come, they could join, and we just chit-chat together and we'd work on things together. But we were so early because I'm a tech nut. I love technology, right? So I was ready to do it. I'm like, let's do this. But I think I was so early that no one really, if you hadn't used Zoom before for business, for work, no one had a clue. And so it was really hard everyone wasn't set up for it yet. And so we had one or two of them and they kind of were okay, but people were having a really hard time. I think we tried Facebook rooms, we tried Zoom, but people were just having a really hard time in general. Getting connected and all that stuff. So we kind of stopped that. And now that people kind of understand how to do all of that, we may open things up. I would like to find a way to tie our virtual community in with our physical community in town. And maybe having classes where we're making things and just hanging out together during class time. For a while we had a TV at the store during the first Great Beat Extravaganza, and it would be really cool, I think, to be able to hook up the TV, maybe with a camera, and just let people hang out with us at the same time that people in store are hanging out. I don't know. I've been thinking about this in a number of different ways, and we just have to see. But the biggest thing right now is getting the back room, the classroom space, and the online store split up and enlarge the enlarge the classroom space so that we can make some room and kind of arrange for these kind of things to maybe happen. So we have thought about it. We actually did start doing it at the very beginning of the pandemic. Just people weren't ready for it yet. People weren't used to using these online things yet. So it's always in our mind. And but right now we do a lot with all of you via live, and with Andrew's demonstrations on Tuesday and tutorials, and with our online selling this way. But a lot of our locals, because I don't know what it is about, sometimes when you're local to a place, you don't watch them live. And I'm guilty of that too, because I'm like, I can just go there. So we really want to come back to our local community in a physical way, and make more space and more time to do things that way. So that's where the immediate kind of energy is going to go into soon. And then we'll work on kind of bringing those two worlds maybe together that way. Kay says, I am not taking my mask off in any public space where people are gathered. I get it. I totally get it. Andrew's the same way. I've been guilty. If I run into a store or something, sometimes I forget mine and I just go in. But I'm trying to keep it I have one in my pocket right now. I'm trying to always keep one in my pocket so that I always have a mask. And I don't mind wearing it. I really don't. Hello, Amy. Thank you for joining us. Peeper frogs like look in the window. No, I think they're because they make this little peep. They make a peep, 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 kind of a chirp sound. But instead of calling them chirping frogs, they call them peepers. Let's see. Teresa says, yes, we have peepers here in Connecticut. So it's not just, maybe it's an East Coast thing. I don't know. It's not just a Pennsylvania thing. Susan said, I heard them last night. Yeah, they were going last night. And I was crossing the bridge kind of at the end of town the night before. And that's the first time I heard them. And they were loud. So they are ready. They are ready. Terry, OMG, I made it to a live session. Yay, right? Maybe we keep talking about doing more of these night things. If our schedule keeps staying adjusted to the nighttime, like it was yesterday and today, it'll be easy to do more of these. I would like to do a few of them, maybe once a week or something, in the evenings, just because, we catch more people. And I feel bad for the people that always have to watch the rewatches, right? Because it's fun to hang out and kind of actually participate. So we're thinking about that too. We're thinking about that too. He says, I wear my mask all gatherings, shopping included. I get it. I get it. Let's see here. Marion says there should be some goose music soon around here, and the chickadee should start territorial calls. Yeah, right? I saw some Canadian geese flying over. Actually, it was a few weeks ago. I saw their V shapes coming in, and so I knew that they were heading this way as well. Although we've had Canadian geese who don't leave at all anymore for the winter. I think our winters have gotten so mild that some of them just stay. That used to not happen. But the past few years, we've had Canadian geese that have wintered over here. He says our winter weather goes through April. That's generally, ours will go through April for the most part, but we have a lot of spring-like days starting to happen in April. But that's like when we talk about the store numbers in the physical store, the location of Allegory Gallery, January through April, we count as pretty much, we just prepare that those are going to be the slowest months because it really doesn't kick in. Because right now we're in March, right? We're about mid-March, and there are people starting to come back, and it's getting nice here. But even up through April, people are not out and about and doing things like shopping and that as much. So we always include April in our kind of winter forecasting for that reason too. Kay says spring is here too. I saw the tulip leaves pushing through and some hosta shoots in my flower beds. Hosta shoots, that's nice. Come on, Barnaby is saying hi. Hello, Barnaby. Say hi to everybody. It's my buddy. He's probably gonna sit on my lap for the rest of this video. So yeah, hostas. I have not seen our hostas starting to pop up yet, but we have daffodils and tulips, I think, starting to pop up. So things are happening. Things are happening. All the crocuses are popping up already. That's a good sign of spring. We have the snowdrops up. And of course, the hellebores are starting to go crazy. I've not yet, and Andrew hasn't yet, we've not cleared the old hellebore leaves. We usually leave the old leaves on so that they have some protection when the new growth starts happening in the spring. But we haven't cleaned them out yet. So they still have the old growth on them because it gets very, it still can get cold and there can be a cold snap. Oh, Barnaby is pushing my stand. Did you want to say hi again? You want to say hi again, Barn? Huh? Say hi to everybody. They want to see you out there. You going to go up on my shoulder? Where you going? There you go, bud. Don't moon everybody. Don't. There you go. So that's Barnaby. He's going to hang out with me for a little bit. Hello, everyone out there. Thank you for joining in. Kay says, good to be here. Been so busy. Yeah, it's been crazy, right? It's been a busy time. Oh, there we go. Come on. Where are you going, bud? Okay. Andrew says, don't they have a robot with a camera and a screen on it and it can follow you around, right? That would be kind of cool. They make those you can attach iPads to apparently, but they're very expensive. And I think Andrew would rather have tools for Star Cottage Studio than buying me a robot that follows me around. That we can pretend we're like in class together with you. But it would be cool, right? Oh, let's see here. Oh, Marianne says we have peepers too. So I guess it is a thing, even in Canada, right? Even in Canada. Kelly says mating season frog orgies, right? I don't want to know what's going on out there. I just know that it means that spring is happening, right? Spring is happening. Kay says, I have so many birds and they sing all night. Yes, birds singing at night is not normally necessarily a thing. I've never really, I mean, every once in a while, but I was really surprised. We were up at like 4 or 5 in the morning driving around and there were birds out chirping and singing. It was incredible. Tori says peepers in New York. Nice. Andrew said I can hear them in the mornings too. Yeah. Kate says I don't like geese. They poop all over. They do. They do that. And they can be mean. Growing up, I'm telling stories instead of actually doing stuff here, but that's okay. I like to hang out with you all. I hope you like it too. When I was growing up, we had a Canadian goose that we called Lefty, because Lefty had a partner. This is at least the Lefty lore. Lefty had a partner who passed away, and supposedly they mate for life. So Lefty had a partner, and that partner, something happened to it. We said Lefty was a male. Don't know if that was actually the case. Don't know how you tell. Didn't get close enough to be able to figure that out. But Lefty's partner passed, or something happened, and Lefty flew over, because I grew up near a lake. There was a lake actually in our backyard. It was a small one. It wasn't like, it was like a large pond, really, but it was called a Holiday Lake. And our house that my parents purchased was actually a kind of like a vacation home that they did some work on and turned into a more permanent home. So we grew up near a lake, and Lefty came and started living by the lake. And Lefty stayed all winter, all summer, didn't matter, for years. And Lefty was mean. Lefty, whatever life happened, he was not a happy bird necessarily. I mean, he seemed happy, but he was mean. He was very territorial, exceptionally territorial. If we'd be mowing the grass, he would literally fly and dive at the riding lawnmower and dive at you on the riding lawn. And he would fly behind you as you went across the yard on the riding lawnmower. If you got too close, my mom always felt really, I mean, we felt bad for him because apparently lost whoever he was with that he loved. So we would feed him. My mom would go down and feed him a lot, and sometimes she would come home with bruises because Lefty would they bite and then they twist. I don't know if you've ever been bitten by a goose, but they bite with their beak and then they twist their heads. So they pinch your skin and then they twist it really hard. And so my mom would have bruises on her leg from just going down to feed him. And the one thing that was funny, Barnaby has found a bug apparently back here. The one thing that was funny is you would see grown men run for their lives, like big, like some of my cousins were big, you know, husky, burly. They would run for their lives when this goose would be flying at them right at like head level. So that was kind of funny. Yeah, so that was the story of our Canadian goose that we kind of adopted for a few years. And then Lefty, I think, at some point flew away. I don't know what ever happened. There were stories that somebody came to get him and moved him to a different location. We never saw it happen that I know of, but yeah, so that's my goose story. Sandra says they have Egyptian geese in Miami. I've never heard of that. Never heard of Egyptian geese. Kay says we can have frost all the way into May. You have to be careful, right? Everyone's saying hi to Barnaby. I'm behind in the comments, so I'm just catching up here. That's what I'm doing. If you're wondering why I'm like looking this way. And says score a Barnaby sighting. Yeah, he likes to be up here with me. He is a handsome boy. Thank you, Teresa. Let Barnaby wear the GoPro. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting day. Maybe. It depends. He's usually around with us. Like right now, he just moved himself to the floor. But we do take him out for walks, and it would be interesting to see a Barnaby point of view. Andrew says, yes, correct. No robots, always tools, right? Always tools. Teresa says, we have a robot called Marty at our grocery store who looks for spills. That's fun. I've seen those before. I guess some of the Walmarts around us too also have floor waxing robots now that they do it on their own. They used to ride a machine. Somebody would ride a machine or push a machine. And now there's this robot with a big antenna that just rides around and does it, I guess. Andrew says, maybe because the moon was foolish, the birds were out. Yeah. I was out. We were out. It was one of the first really nice evenings. I don't blame them for being out. Trying to see. Lisa says, we have little wild geese in Albuquerque. I had a gray goose friend when I was a kid. He was very used to sit in my lap, or tried to. He didn't quite fit. That's interesting. Nibbled on my ear. That's nice. That's a nice goose friend. That's a nice goose friend. Let's see. Kay says, funny story. Goose story. Moved to Illinois from Southern California years ago. It was our first spring here, and my husband called me freaking out. There was a mean goose that would not let him get into his car. I told him to open and close his big umbrella and make sure the car door was unlocked, because he'd only have a split second to get in the car. I wish I got a video of that. That would be funny, right? Geese can be mean. He was trying to get me to come and fight a mean goose, right? Barnaby needs his own gardening channel. He does like to be in the flower beds. He really does. He likes to run through the flower beds when they're there. Tools or classes, Andrew said. So many classes. Yeah, Andrew has been looking at the class schedules for Touchstone in Farmington, right? And in Pittsburgh at Contemporary Craft. So if you are in any of those or near any of those locations, definitely check out their websites. There's lots of great classes coming up. Andrew's like trying to pick and choose, and then we started tallying up how much it would be and how much he has to make to be able to take these classes. So there's a lot of good stuff coming up. Andrew found a lot that he wanted to do, and I'm sure he'll get to do some of it, but I don't know about all of it, right? Who knows? He's been working hard. He might make all the money. Yeah, if you are in any of those locations, Pittsburgh, Farmington, Pennsylvania, I guess even into West Virginia. Farmington's near the southern border of Pennsylvania. So even if you're in West Virginia, near the border of Pennsylvania, you might be able to come up. If you've never heard of Touchstone Center for the Arts, definitely check that out. Oh, let's see here. Teresa asked, do you put leashes on the cats when you walk them? No. We tried. We got a whole harness. We've gotten multiple harnesses for Barnaby. And I don't know if you saw him when he was on there. If you could see, he's skinny. And there is not, no matter what anyone says, they talk about these harnesses that they can't get out of. There is not a harness that he can't escape. He is so, like, he's very svelte. He eats a lot, but he's very skinny. And he can put his arms like this over his head, and he can back out of pretty much any harness we've ever tried to put him in. So because of that, I started taking them out. We take them out one at a time generally. They're going out more together lately, but we started out very slow, taking them out one at a time and just walking very close to them, keeping right near them, always watching for other cats or animals that may be around. And we started taking them out for longer and longer periods of time. And they've really gotten very used to, they know our property line. They know when they're getting too far and I start calling them, they start coming back. They know. When they're out one by one, they actually try to go further. So when I have them all out together, they kind of hang around each other and keep each other close, which is nice. But we don't take them out in leashes, because every time we've tried a leash on any of them, they get more anxious and they start to panic if something happens. They hear a noise, they really start to panic, and it actually makes it worse. So we've trained them to be out on their own a little bit. I'm always there with them. I would never just leave them out, but because they're definitely not cats that they're indoor cats generally, so they're not neighborhood cats. They're not going to go walking the neighborhood, but we go out with them. They walk in the backyard. We have a very small backyard. It's like that postage stamp kind of thing. So we walk the backyard. Sometimes we walk around the garage, and then we walk in the flower beds. So they know that kind of area, and we don't go in the front yard much. Every once in a while, Barnaby will venture in there, but the rest of them generally stick to the backyard. And we're just there with them all the time. And they know that if there's any loud noise, they run right to the back porch And when it's nice out, I can leave the door open and they can run in and out in case they feel like they need to. So yeah, we've tried leashes, we've tried harnesses. They actually made them panic more anytime something would go on. So we just started doing it this way. Terry's making dinner and listening. Thanks for listening in. Valerie still has 4 feet of snow in my yard and on my deck in Manitoba. 3rd snowiest winter on record. That's insane. That's insane. Ours was pretty mild. Pretty mild. We had more snow than I think last year, but it's been pretty mild. Terry says, my noodle kitty wears a harness and loves short walks. I wish Barnaby would wear a harness because he's the more adventurous one. Gilbert gets very anxious. Gilbert is an anxious boy. He always has been. Anytime he loves going out, but he goes pretty much to the back porch. He stays on the back porch. It's a very, here he comes. He must have heard his name. It's a very small back porch. And he'll go out there and he rolls around like crazy. He loves being out, but he does not like going very far, which is good. But Barnaby, I wish he would walk on a harness and not panic too much. But I could not trust him taking him for a walk past our property and be sure that he'd be okay. So, but that's nice. I wish we could do that. Julie says, good, watch dogs. Oh yeah, we have dogs all over, so we have to watch. The neighbors have a fence for their dogs that they can't get through, so that's fine. Some of our other neighbors have bigger dogs. They're mostly on leashes. Sometimes they're not, but anytime I hear someone coming out of their house, pretty much I gather everybody up and we go in because don't need big dogs chasing the cats because that would be a bad thing for the dogs, right? I would not that would not be a good situation. I will protect my cats at any cost. So yeah, you got to watch for that. So we just go in and mind our own business until everybody is done walking their dogs, then we go out. As Andrew said, yeah, even if you're not in the area, I always say in the area because I know right now people don't seem to be traveling much, but even if you're not in the area, people from all over the world go to Touchstone. It's a really good center for the arts and crafts. And so even if you're not, check out Touchstone, check out their website. Lots of great stuff going on there. Lots of great stuff. Kay says, I am redoing my art space today. I found a bunch of brand new paint I had forgotten about. Nice. Spent time today swatching, cataloging, and organizing the paint containers. That's good. Organization can be good, right? I don't necessarily like to do it, but it can always be nice once it's done. And said, even my sister's overweight cat got out of his harness. Yeah, harnesses are just for cats. You know, Barnaby would never get out of it going forward. Like, I know they're strapped in, never going to happen. But as soon as he hears a noise that he doesn't like or something, and now that they've been out a lot, they're getting better. But I think just the idea that they're confined, like even if I pick him up, he gets panicky. So, yeah, he'll just, every time he hears something, he starts backing out and he just scooches right out of it. Hello, Joanne. Thanks for joining us today over there on YouTube. Remember, everybody, we are trying to get everyone on YouTube as much as possible. Because, oh, here, look, I have a buddy here. This is Gilbert. Gilbert's now joining me on my desk, hanging out with us. So, I don't know what I was just saying. Gilbert distracted me. So, anyway, I don't know what I was talking about. That happens sometimes. Oh, YouTube. Yes, please go over to YouTube. Here, I'm going to put that up because we are trying to get as many people. Our goal by the end of March was to try to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're up to 600 and some. And the end of March is coming soon. So please, if you have the ability to go to youtube.com/allegorygallery and hit that subscribe button, please do it for us. We really would appreciate that. Teresa says, my cats are the same, healthy but thin. We do the backyard too. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes it's just easier that way. Kelly says, I'm fortunate that my girl has no desire to leave. I give her free reign and she won't leave our front porch. She likes surveying her kingdom from her princess tower, right? Yeah, I wish I could, you know, we want to we want to, what do you call that? Screen in. We want to screen in our front porch so that we could just let the cats out in the front porch. And like our living room windows actually go to the front porch, right? So if we could open the living room windows and have a screened in front porch and they could go in and out of the window, that would be perfect. So some year we'll get to it and we'll screen in the front porch so they can just go in and out. But I wish I could, I wish I could say that they're not going to run further if I weren't watching them, but I can't. I can't be sure. Babette, I don't think would. She's set in her ways. She likes her home. But the boys, especially Barnaby, he might venture further. He probably would, actually. They need a leisurely catio. Our cats have a catio. They've had a catio for 3 or 4 years at least. And they have a cat door that goes right in and out of the catio and that overlooks the backyard. So they go out in the catio often, but the catio is just not good enough when you can go in the actual outside now. So they are in the catio at night quite often. But yeah, my grandmother, when she passed, she wanted to make sure that her great grandkitties and my mom and her got together and kind of set it up that they were going to get a catio. So they got a catio. He likes the step. Gilbert likes the step. I think that's who he's talking about. Gilbert does. He likes to just be on the, kind of on the stoop and just kind of watch things. Gilbert, they're asking, can we see Gilbert? Yeah, I think you did, right? He's back here now. He moved back here. Gilbert, there he is. Oh, bud. He's a good boy. Gilbert's a very good boy. He's very kind of mild and just hangs out and likes to be with you. He's a good boy. Hello, June. Thank you for tuning in. Andrew says Babette could mess someone up, right? She would. She would if she needed to. She's not afraid. She's not afraid to put someone in their place. Susan says, I never catch either of our boys if they slipped out of the harnesses. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I'd rather them kind of get used to me walking with them and walking around, especially just in our yard. We don't go to the park or anything like that. But if Barnaby got scared and jumped out of his harness, he could take off like a rocket. It would be harder because he's sleek and he's got that sleekness to him. The other ones, they would run, they'd be easier to catch maybe, but I don't want to go there. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't say I liked organizing. It's a must do, not a want to do. I get that. Yeah, plus they would get tangled up probably. If I tried to take them all out, they'd all be a mess in their harnesses. So it's just easier for us. We got them used to being in the yard one by one, and now they go out together. Like yesterday, we went out for about an hour together. We were just all sitting out there, mostly on the porch, but running around a little bit, walking around for their birthday. And I had the back door open so they could run in if they felt scared or felt they needed to. Babette went in and out to eat a few times. So it was a nice time. Kay says, my dog is like in my chair snoring, right? That's what they do. They find your chair. Sandra says, I moved the computer from the office where my 9 to 5 is into the dining room. So my studio will be in the dining room because it has more light in it. A lot more work to make that happen, but it's a good start, right? We don't use our dining room for much of anything at all. It's mostly storage right now. We're storing a bunch of fossils and specimens in our dining room. So yeah, I get it. It's a good place sometimes to have a place to do stuff, right? Andrew used to do some painting in the dining room too. We have some nice open windows. The catio's in the window now, so less light comes in, kind of, but we have some nice windows in there. Let's see here. Joanne says, hi, William. Good to see you again. I do enjoy your chat, your live chat, making us part of your new adventures. I'm an armchair traveler for now, right? Aren't we? Aren't most of us, really? We go to Pittsburgh and back, and Andrew goes once in a while to Touchstone and back. But I don't do a lot of traveling. Once in a while I go to Pittsburgh with him, but that's really the furthest we get anymore. Let's see here. Marion says, my kitties are strictly indoor cats. Ours were too, until Barnaby, what are you doing? Climbing all over my laptop. You know not to go on the laptop. So yeah, ours were strictly indoors as well, but Barnaby will drive you insane crying, won't you? You'll drive us insane crying if he doesn't get to go out. He's learned the word out and the word down. And down means he wants to go into the basement, which we generally don't let them in the basement because that's the only place we can have houseplants growing. Or houseplants are in the basement under a grow light because they eat them all, or they did when they were babies. So we keep the houseplants down there. And especially the ones that are like not good for cats, right? So they're down there, and so we don't let them down there very much. But now I've taken them down there a little bit because in the winter they go out the door that goes under our front porch, so they can get some kind of like new outdoor time. They always have the catio, but they get kind of a new outdoor experience being under the porch with some of the vents. So they like that. So they go down. He's learned out and he's learned down. Everyone's saying you're pretty, saying you're handsome, Mr. Gilbert. There he is. You can see his face. He's being shy right now. He's being shy. We say that he's a painter at heart, we think, because we need to get him like non-toxic finger paints or something, because every time Andrew is trying to paint, Gilbert tries to jump in his lap and take the paintbrush and wants to paint. So maybe we'll have paintings by Gilbert someday. That would be fun. Let's see here. What else? I know I'm behind in the comments. Let me catch up here a little bit. Susan's trying to organize her desk area. Gotten so cluttered that I don't like sitting there. Isn't that awful? Like when it's just so much that you'd rather not be there. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Paolo kind of started it. Paolo liked to go out a lot too. And I do regret before he passed, we didn't get to take him out as much, or we just didn't take him out as much because we were afraid, because they were always house cats and we were afraid to take them out for too long. And once he passed, it kind of made me decide that I was going to take our other cats out as much as we could, as much as they wanted. So every day, almost when it's a nice day, we take them out for a few minutes at least. And that's kind of in Paolo's memory, because I know he would have loved to be out there and be out there more often. So I try to do that for them. Kelly says he wants to patrol mice in the basement. Oh, I hope not. Luckily, knock on wood, we don't have critters. So I hope we don't start getting critters. Now, if we took him to Star Cottage Studio out in the middle of the woods, there are definitely critters, and he would probably love that. But I don't think he'd love the car ride over. They're not car cats, that's for sure. So, okay. I've been chatting for about 50 minutes now. Sorry, everyone. I hope you liked that. I hope you didn't mind. We're going to show you some things. I'm going to start showing you some charms. And then we're going to start taking a look at some of Andrew's paintings. All right. Oh, Gilbert's ready. He's getting sleepy. You getting sleepy, bud? Oh, jumping up. Now he's going to see. Now he took over the desk. He likes to be seen sometimes. He always seems to sit at the desk as soon as I say I'm going to flip the camera around. And then he heads over to the desk and sits here. So let's see here. Let's see. What am I going to do? Let me move this. Gilbert. Let me flip the camera around here. Oh, there he moved for me. That was nice, Gilbert. He says, I know you have work to do, Daddy. Let me see if I can get this camera flipped around. There we go. There's the camera. And let me grab a penny. There's a penny. Now, we only have a few little charms. But I just wanted to preview them because we just got them, and we'll probably get them into the online store here in the next day or two. Maybe it might take a little bit longer than that. But we're going to try and get them in the online store soon. There's not a lot of them here, but I'm going to do what I can to show you a few. because I think they're really nice. And these are more of those silver and bronze charms. I think, well, there's both actually here. Gold-plated, bronze, silver. I know it feels weird to actually be showing you things like this late at night. Does that feel weird to you? It feels weird to me. I'm not used to this. So this is the first one, which is so small. Hopefully you can see it. It's a tiny little thing. And it's a little moth. It's just a tiny little moth charm. And this is in bronze. And if you like this, stay tuned to the online store over the next few days. We'll be getting it in there shortly. And y'all can keep chatting with me while we're doing this because I like that. It makes me feel like I'm not the only one talking and the only one that's actually here. So let me know how your week is going. If you have plans for the weekend, what are your plans for the weekend, everyone? I don't even know what my plans. I don't know what's happening. My aunt, I think I told you all, my aunt is working on retiring. And here's a little bee. A little bee on a silver background. Hopefully you can see that. I like this texture. I like this texture. So my aunt is working on retiring, and I am helping her with her technology. So her new phone came today. She wants to be set up. She wants to get these things now before she's on, retirement income. So she got a new phone, working on her computer. So that's been what I've been doing during some of my evenings. And I'm going to continue that into next week, and then we should have her all set up, hopefully. Isn't this cool, though? I like this one. Where's my penny? What did I just do? Put the penny over here. Andrew said work. Always work for Andrew. Always work. Marianne says, I need to update my resume since I want to look for a part-time job. That's nice. Sometimes it's nice to have something to get out of the house and do stuff, right? Or just add extra income. Add extra income. Andrew keeps asking if my aunt wants to buy a building. I doubt she's going to go into retirement by buying a building to worry about. She just got all her stuff paid off. I doubt she's going to start again. And here is this one. This is that infinity kind of snake with the stars and the moon. There, I just got all my prints on it, but you can see it's a nice shiny background in bronze. Is it still an Ouroboros if it's twisted? I don't know. Is Ouroboros always a circle? I don't know, but there you have it. Teresa loves the infinity, right? I think it's really cool. So we're going to have a few of those hitting the online store soon. And by soon, like I said, probably I would say before Wednesday of next week, I'm going to guess. Can't be 100% sure. Things change, right? But hopefully we'll get them in there by then. Andrew said, yes, this is a cosmic alchemical serpent. There you go. Alchemical. Get my syllables right, stressed right. And we have this one. This is a Sleepytime Cat. This one we may have in the online store right now. These are some restock. We may have sold out. But this little Sleepytime Cat in sterling. This is in sterling. All right. And just to show you the size in that one. All right. Okay, so those, just a few. We just have a small little order that we brought in, just to add a few. I mean, we have probably 60, 70, 80, I don't know how many charms in the online store like those now. So if you've not seen them, definitely go into the shop tab in the online store and do some shopping for charms or pendants. You can look at the charm collection, you can look at the pendant collection. There's some crossover between them. And Andrew said there's one missing. There's one missing, but you didn't want me to show it yet. So I wasn't going to show it. Am I supposed to show it now? You want me to show it now? He said to hold on to that one, so I wasn't going to show it. We do have another one, everyone. We have another one. I am holding out on you all. See? Sometimes we have to do that. Sometimes we have to do that. Sandra says, love the sleepy cat charm. Well, I guess Andrew, he says, go ahead. Okay, so there we go. Andrew is planning on doing a number of things for Ukraine. Trying to do some money raising and just show support in general. So one of the items that we're going to be loading into the online store for that purpose is this sunflower. And this is a bronze sunflower charm. Andrew says, you know, in the spare time, right? In the spare time, we're going to be making things. But we're going to try. We're still working on it, but we're going to try and get some things made and some things done for Ukraine support. Now that we've cleared some decks over the last evening, right? Over the last few days, hopefully we can get some stuff done. So there you are. Going to be working on some things for Ukraine. So, you know, we normally do that when things are going on in the world and we want to show support. We try to do things, and we haven't done anything yet. It doesn't mean that it's not on our minds. It very much is, but we're just not there yet. We're just working through a bunch of stuff. No, Kelly, that is not from the Pot or Die. That one is not. That was a charm that we brought in, but we do have plans. We have other plans, so don't you worry. Andrew's asking, what are some of your favorite charities to help Ukraine? You can let us know, because we're still looking for good ones. You know, we like to try to make sure we haven't, I'm sure, I know Andrew's done some looking, but we like to try and make sure that the most amount of money possible goes to the people who need it. And so we're working hard to try to figure out where that might be and what organizations that may be that we can kind of send any of the proceeds we make for this. Julie says, I want the sunflower. We're going to have those soon. We're going to have all of those charms in the online store soon. We're just working on everything. Working on everything. Yes, of course, nonprofit. But not all nonprofits share their profits or share their nonprofits as equally as others. Sandra says, I know Samaritan's Purse is on the ground over there. Yeah, we really want to make sure that, you know, we don't always raise a lot of money, but we want to make sure that any money we do raise and that we're able to give actually goes to the people who need it. That's the biggest thing. So if you have any charities that you know are good, that you are for sure you know are good, and that you know the money isn't spread through the organization rather than given to who it needs to go to, please leave a link in the comments, and we'll take a look at it. We can't be sure that's going to be, we can't promise that's going to be the organization we'll go with, but we will definitely take a look if you leave names and links in the comments here. So even if you're watching this after the fact and rewatching it, then you can you can do that too. You can do that too. All right. So we're getting to the main event here. The main event tonight, showing off some of the paintings that Andrew has done. All right. So let me, you know what? I'm going to flip the camera back around real quick because I just want to, I don't like talking to the table, right? You don't like hearing from the table, right? So there I am again. So Andrew started, I got to back up my chair, back and forth, back and forth. I only have about like this much space behind my desk here. So sometimes I have to be close up on the camera and sometimes I have to move back a little bit so you can actually see me. So Andrew started this series of paintings called Heart's Desire. And these are, I'm going to put this up now. These are the Heart's Desire series up into this point, which we had thought was going to end with the last ones that we showed you, are all in the web store, the online store at allegorygallery.com. There are still a few of them left from the previous kind of colorways that he did. He did a rainbow of colors, and I believe there are still some yellows and oranges and blues and purples left. So if you'd like to check those out, you can go to allegorygallery.com. It should be very close to the top of the homepage, and you can check out anything that's still available. They're only $65 each. It was very important. You know, some of Andrew's artwork goes into the several hundreds of dollars. We try to always keep it low. We try to keep it as low as we can. The amount of time he spends on a lot of his paintings and a lot of his artwork is not calculated into the price. And that's simply because if it were, a lot of people probably would not be able to afford any of them. So because we are collectors of art, and you know, we like to support, you know, new artists that we find as much as we can. We have our entire one dining room wall is covered in art. Our entire staircase up and down the staircase is covered in art. And so we like to make sure that art is as, you know, as readily available and as easily available as we possibly can. Some of Andrew's bigger paintings that go $750 or so, there's not much we can do about that. That's actually priced as low as we possibly can. But when he does these smaller things, he really, really tries to keep the price low. Sometimes I think he's crazy, but it's very important to him and very important to me that art is available to people. And by available, as Andrew said, we mean accessible. We mean that, you know, price is not necessarily an obstacle all the time. And we know that sometimes it is. It's always going to be the case. But, you know, it doesn't have to be all the time. And so all of these are $65. It was kind of off of a, I believe it was a coaster exhibition. A lot of, you know, famous and non-famous artists were involved in this art exhibition where they did small coaster art. And that small art was all, I think, sold for $65, no matter who the artist was. So it made it very accessible to people. And so Andrew wanted to kind of do the same thing with this Heart's Desire series. There's Gilbert's Tale. And so all of them are $65. I know Sandra, she's bought a few. I know a lot of you out there have bought a few, but if you haven't seen them yet, go to the website right here. Go to the website and check them out. Now, the ones I'm going to show you today, some of them you have seen, right? You are following Andrew on social media, I hope. Some of them you've seen, some of them are going to be new. All right. So we are going to take a look at, we're going to start with the ones that he has.
Don't put me in the video.
You're not, it's facing me. You're fine.
My lips will...
He's embarrassed. His lips are swelling up. Usually it's mine because I have allergies or some kind of hive situation with my thyroid. But Andrew had something today or got something today that he's swelling up. You're okay. You can come in.
What happened when you turn the camera?
I'm not turning it yet.
Wow.
You have to give me those, right?
You get settled and then I'll come.
He's
Look
so.
at Gilbert.
I know, Gilbert. What you doing, buddy?
He wants to be on the video.
Gilbert's on the desk. Anyway, we wanted to make this art accessible. We're going to start looking at the ones that he's shown. These are all birds, all different kinds of birds. The other ones were each one was a different kind of animal. So those are the ones that are on the website now. But these ones are all birds. And all of the money that we make from these paintings goes to help us at Star Cottage Studio pay for things, buy new things like tools and, you know, bookcases and things like that that we're using to outfit the cottage. So that's how it's going to be. All right. So I'm going to show you these. And some of these are, like I said, the ones you've seen on Andrew's social media already. Andrew T. Thornton 100 on Instagram, and Andrew Thornton Artist on Facebook. All right. And then the rest of them you haven't seen yet at all. So this is the time to see it. So thank you for joining us here. I'm going to move this down. I'm going to flip the camera around one more time. Well, one more time, and then we have another time after that. But I'm going to flip it this way one last time. And we're going to see, whoop, maybe. We're going to see Gilbert. Look at Gilbert in all his plushy delightfulness. Oh, he's stretching for everyone. He's stretching. He's showing off a little bit. How about it, Gilbert? How about it? Okay, buddy. Mr. Gilly.
Is it safe?
It's safe. You can come over.
Who's ready?
Andrew's coming over. Okay. He's going to come and talk about these, I guess, a little bit.
Maybe.
Maybe, he said, if his lips work.
Okay.
Okay.
Like the Twilight Zone.
Okay. Here's a penny. Let's start. Sandra's asking, when will the new ones be on the website? They will be on the website nearly immediately following this video. I still have some pictures to take and edit for them, but they will be on the website tonight after this video. I'm going to even do that before I eat dinner, y'all. So these are going to be here on the website. Let me throw that banner back up here right after this.
And then you can play a name that bird.
Do you know all the names?
I think so.
Okay. Can we name the birds, everybody? You want to play Name the Birds? Hopefully these are so good you can name these birds.
Start with this one.
Start with this one. All right. Are you ready?
Who's ready?
Who's ready? Look at this delightful one. And I love the shiny, the reflection, what do you call that? Luminosity in the background on these.
They're iridescent.
They are iridescent backgrounds. The iridescence, that's a good word, right?
So these are different than the other ones.
These are definitely different. They are signed on the back and dated by Andrew. The other ones, as we said, were colors. They were the rainbow. In each series, or each part of the series, was a different rainbow color in the background. So these are very different, but they are still the Heart's Desire series.
Yeah, I thought I was done.
He thought he was done, but he wasn't done.
No, I found a stack of them, and they were baby poop brown.
He found a stack of these hearts that were the wrong color for the other series.
And so I was like, I'm not going to spend all this time painting these baby poop brown hearts.
And then he did.
And so then I painted over them. So if you scrape below, you'll find baby poop brown.
Don't scrape the paint off, everyone. So what kind of bird is this, everyone?
I don't think they'll be able to get this one.
You don't think so? Name the bird. Name the bird.
You can tell by the beak, but the color looks more red when it should be purple.
It should look more purple.
That's a hint.
That's the hint.
Purple housefinch.
Purple housefinch is this bird. Purple housefinch, everyone. Marianne guessed a starling. Nope. Purple housefinch.
Yeah, if you go by the iridescence of a starling or the patterning of a starling. That's like all of these. So
Okay. Next up,
this
Andrew.
one.
Next.
This one's an easy one.
Name that bird, everyone. Name that bird. And like I said, photos will be on the website, but of course, it always is nice to see it moving in color, right?
Especially these ones.
Yeah.
Because these ones, the other ones have like hints of metallics and iridescence.
Sandra's the first to say goldfinch.
Correct.
Correct.
Do you know what kind of goldfinch?
Are there kinds of goldfinches?
Yes. I feel bad for this one.
You feel bad.
It's called the lesser goldfinch.
Aww, the lesser goldfinch.
I'm like, you are great.
Strong. You are mighty.
You are smart. You are pretty. What is it from the help?
I know, you are pretty. That is a pretty bird on there, right? So there's that one. What one's next, Andrew? This one.
This one's a tricky one.
I love the colors in this one. There's like blue and orange and yellow. Name that bird, everyone. What do we call bird lovers? What's that? What's the name?
Orna something.
Yeah, I was thinking it's orna something.
Ornithologist is somebody who studies birds.
Any of you all out there?
Ornithile.
Susan says bluebird.
Correct.
Correct.
But there are different kinds of bluebirds.
What kind is this one?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. It's one of those different kind of bluebirds.
Well, there's one that's more orange on its face, and then there's one that's blue on its face.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen a lot of the orange ones like that. Sandra says, I have a bird book that sings. That's cool.
That's neat. Our cats would destroy it.
Yeah.
Or it would be their favorite book.
Right. Next up.
I hope somebody guesses, because I can't. I kind of remember.
You kind of remember what this bird is?
Yeah.
Marianne says, their bluebirds don't look like that one.
Yeah, I don't think that. Heather has some in Michigan that look like that.
Heather Powers.
Yeah.
So anyone want to try guessing on this bird? See if it strikes Andrew's memory.
I only remember the first part. Does anybody know?
Julie says, I live in Washington. Bluebirds are all blue.
Wow.
Not that one.
I didn't make it up, though. I looked at some pictures.
He's actually been looking at real pictures. He's not making it up. Susan says, I really love this one, but no one's naming it.
It's a rosy-breasted something.
A rosy-breasted something.
It's not grouse, because those are the ones that look like pheasants. It's maybe an O word. Not Oriole. Is it Oriole? No.
Orioles are blackbirds, right?
I don't
Baltimore
remember.
Orioles are like that. Maybe.
It's a rosy-breasted something.
Rose-breasted grosbeak.
That's it.
That's it. Diane Heskin got it.
Good job.
Rose-breasted
you don't actually
grosbeak.
win anything. Just bragging rights.
Bragging rights.
All right. What's next?
Excuse me. What is next?
This one. This one's an easy one.
Is it?
We have those in our yard.
Anyone want to guess? I like this one a lot.
Orange breasts. It's the sidekick of Batman.
There you go, right? Make it easy. Marianne guessed a thrush.
They look, a juvenile robin looks like a thrush.
Sandra says double-breasted finch.
See, y'all are thinking too hard. This one's a robin.
This one's a regular robin. We have a lot of robins
but
in our
it
yard.
does look like a wood thrush. The juveniles particularly.
All right, so there's that one. And again, these are all going to be at allegorygallery.com. Slightly, not immediately, but following this video. All right, next one up. That's an easy one to guess.
Maybe. What kind though?
You got to name the kind that this is.
It's easy if you know them though.
This is I love the background on this one. I love these birds too.
I was gonna do like a shadow on these, and then so it looks like that they're like popping off, but I didn't do it.
They do when you move them in the light because they're not iridescent as much as the background.
No, because I painted them matte.
Yeah.
So the birds are
so
matte.
they do. The birds are matte. They really pilated woodpecker, says Diane Heskin.
Correct.
Except I think autocorrect changed it to Pilates woodpecker.
Still correct.
Right.
Did you see how they put the acorns in the trees?
Mm-mm.
If you get like that thing, that tryptophonia or whatever.
Oh, I don't.
What's the one that's the holes and stuff?
Yeah, I forget the name too, but yeah, I don't like that.
It's not tryptophan because that's the one you eat the turkey and you get sleepy.
I used to know that because I don't like it.
I think it's cool. But anyway, so they make a hole and they'll put things in there. Sometimes they'll put rocks and sometimes they'll put acorns.
Yeah, those pilated, you can hear them. We used to hear them a lot when we were in the apartment.
Destroying the house.
Destroying the house and the woods, right? Next up.
This is the easy one. Yeah, because you already guessed it.
Because you already guessed that one.
But it doesn't actually look like it, so maybe it's not an easy one.
It doesn't actually look like it?
No, I was having problems getting the right kind of the right fluffiness. And so it looks more like a pattern when it's supposed to be sheens of light. So
that looks good. What do you all think out there? What's your favorite one so far? Lisa says, thanks for this fun show and tell. Thank you for joining us. What's your favorite one? What's your favorite bird so far?
This almost looks like a sandpiper, the way the beak is, but it's not because it's a certain color.
Julie says, it's a pretty girl.
It's a bluebird of happiness.
Bluebird of happiness. Sandra says, how do you choose the favorite? Sandra, you can buy them all if you'd like to. But which one will you buy? Which one will you think about buying? That's how I choose. Which one am I going to put money down on? It's hard, right?
I think I know which one's my favorite.
You have a favorite?
I think I do.
Look at this one. You all know what that one is, right?
That's easy.
We have a lot of these around us. My mom literally gets like 50, 60 to 100 of these flying around her feeders in the summer on a good year. I don't think last year was a good year for them.
No, because we got the late frost. It was a really cold winter or summer for to start. Remember? And wasn't in the hurricane too.
Was that last year? Man.
The many hurricanes.
Teresa said hummingbird. It is a type of hummingbird. Does anyone know what kind of hummingbird? Whoops, as I knock the ruby-throated hummingbird, says Diane. Diane's good with birds. She's guessing a lot of these. Whoops, as I drop it. Don't worry, no harm done.
That's how you know it's sturdy.
Right. Got to drop one every once in a while.
This is an easy one. The crown looks messed up though, so...
I kind of like it. I don't know.
It's like, how do you do that when it's got a pointy
head? Yeah, you got to put the crown somewhere, right?
They all have crowns because they're all special.
Teresa says we have 3 feeders for hummingbirds. Yeah, my mom, I think, puts 3 or 4 or 5 of them out, and she has to refill them multiple times a day. Sandra says it's a blue jay.
Maybe this is more like a how they call that, where it's not a, is it coronet, the crown that sticks in the hair?
I don't know.
In theory, I know a lot about tiaras and crowns because I have a Pinterest board only of crowns.
I'm a lazy birder, but have over 500 on list, Diane says.
Wow.
Wow.
I could paint birds all the time.
Amy flipped over to YouTube for us. Nice. I was wondering who that was. Flexible Madness. Screen name. Blue Jay, she guessed.
Who is it?
Amy.
Which Amy?
Ayme.
Oh.
Trying to remember last name. Sorry, I forgot
California,
it. And
Amy.
yeah. Andrew put me on the spot. Weir, that's it. Yes. Next up.
This is stylized, so if you don't get that, then it's okay. I painted one in the last series, and that one was actually based off of a bird, and somebody was like, I like how you changed the color. And I was like, it's actually, the other one was actually that color, that bluish gray color.
Amy says, it's weird, like weird without the D. It suits our family. I like that name. The owl. Mm-hmm. Sandra says owl. What kind of owl is it, Andrew?
It's kind of like a barn owl, but not really.
Kind of like a barn owl. Teresa says, this is my favorite so far. Julie says, oh, damn, that is mine. We're going to have an online fight over the owl.
Good. But who will get the lesser Goldfinch?
Who's going to adopt the lesser Goldfinch, everyone?
It's going
to have self-esteem issues. Amy says, I use this account when sharing things with internet strangers, and Flexible Madness is mostly how they know me. And the last one for tonight?
The last one.
Last one, period?
I think maybe this is the last one. I have 2 hearts left that are blank, but I'm not going to...
He's going to resist.
Yeah, because the other ones have 10 in them, so it would be weird if I just had 3.
This is 11 now, right?
No.
8, 9, 10, 11.
What?
You did 11.
Apparently, I'm so tired I can't count.
I was going to say, they all have 10. Why do we have an 11?
I don't know how that happened, y'all.
You got a bonus.
Sure?
They're saying right here, count them.
Does that mean I have to make more?
Teresa said ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a good one. I like the ravens. Everyone likes the ravens, right? Crows and ravens. You got to make another one to make it even now.
Well, I have 2 or 3 more left. So how many is that then?
If you did 1 more, it'd be 12. If you have 3 more, it'd be 14.
Maybe it's done.
Marianne says, go for lucky 13.
I don't know. What bird am I going to paint? What's the one that's orange and black?
That's the Baltimore Oriole, is orange and black.
What's the one that I almost screamed when I saw it? I was so excited to see it.
I don't remember. I don't remember you getting that excited to see it.
It's I saw it in the coneflowers. It's a painted bunting.
I don't know.
Painted bunting, is that right?
I don't know that one. Painted bunting, everyone? Do you know Diane? Our birder in here. Is that a real bird?
I just made it up, probably.
So this is the latest series, latest addition to the Heart's Desire series of paintings. This takes
a long time, so I don't know.
He says, I'm done, y'all.
I'm pretty tired.
Diane says, yes, that's a real bird.
A painted bunting.
Painted bunting.
There's one that I saw and I almost screamed. It was so beautiful. I didn't do any tropical.
You didn't do it like a heron or any of those kind of...
That's because their heads is big. I love a blue heron because I read that book, The World That We Knew by Alice Hoffman. because I love Alice Hoffman with a deep and abiding love. And so basically, well, I was gonna say she hasn't written a bad book, but there was one that was questionable.
Trying to get our light to not reflect too much so you can see them all. So there they are, all 11 of them, ready to go into the online store. I'm working on that. I've gotten some pictures of some, but I had to run out and get some dinner, so I didn't get pictures of all of these. So I'm going to get pictures of them, edit the pictures, and quickly get them up into the online store. So you should see them. It's 10:30 p.m. Eastern time right now. You should see them up by 11.
Midnight.
Andrew says midnight.
So what do you think the bonus bird should be? Because I'll do one more for 12, so it makes a pretty picture.
Okay, so he's going to do 12. So I guess that's why we're waiting till midnight.
I don't know. Well, we'll see.
I'll have these up by 11. We'll have a bonus one coming up maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow.
What should the bonus be?
What's everyone want the bonus to be?
Penguin.
Marianne says, I think my favorite is the bluebird with the reddish breast.
Yeah, I love that one.
That's a cute little bird.
One?
The bluebird. She said the bluebird with the reddish breast. This one. That's one of my favorites too. Sandra says you need to do a cardinal.
I already did a cardinal.
Did a cardinal in the other series.
Maybe I didn't do it. One of my favorite ones is a rosy spoonbill, but again, this head's too big, so it looks weird.
So leave some suggestions here, and maybe Andrew will do it. Diane says, I would say an American goldfinch, not lesser, because he has a black cape.
Didn't I do a yellow bird somewhere?
I don't know.
Last season.
I don't know. I don't remember.
And the green background.
Was it? Lisa says a dove. Teresa says a penguin.
I like a turtle dove. No, is it the turtle dove? The one that's like a...
They coo, kind of.
The ones that used to come at the...
Two turtle doves? I don't know.
At the apartment. They're almost like a grayish, kind of pinkish mauve color.
I don't know if they were just doves or what kind of dove they were.
Maybe a wood dove. I just made
Marianne says a warbler.
Oh, I think I did a warbler.
When did you do a warbler? In the other series? Says I think he's probably seen so many birds he can't remember which ones you did and didn't do.
I know I've done owls. I did
Lisa says it's a mourning dove, probably.
Oh, mourning dove. That's right. Cynthia used to have one that was tame named Paloma.
Paloma, the mourning dove.
They used to lay eggs, and it was so sad because they would never be fertilized.
No, they couldn't be.
No, because it was by itself.
Yeah. So these are, ending on a sad note, these are, Marianne said last series did have a yellow warbler.
See?
He knows. He does know.
I just remember the hashtag.
Warbler. Actually, I think I do remember that now. So, yes, these are now available or will be available by about 11 o'clock if I end this video soon.
I might do flowers next.
He's going to do flowers next, not the Heart's Desire series.
No.
Hearts are done. Hearts are done, everyone. These are the last hearts, finishing out with a bird bang. And we are going to have these, like I said, in the online store at allegorygallery.com here in the next half hour or 45 minutes. Julie wants that lit hummingbird.
The holes
Do you prefer them with the holes in them that you can hang them by, or do you not want holes?
Because sometimes I think that people think they're cheap if they are like an ornament, you know?
I don't know.
I like it because then it's like a different way of hanging stuff.
Yeah, you have your choice.
Like I have a tree that I hang stuff all over.
I would love to see a bunch of these over a tree. Susan says swallow, kite, or sparrow. Julie says yes, holes.
Well, we'll see. Because it's not hearts next, so I don't know what's going to be.
I don't know. Teresa says holes. People soon. I like the holes. I think it gives you the option. All right, everyone. I'm going to flip this camera around.
Let me go hide.
Andrew's going to go hide just in case he gets in the camera.
Plus, I'm wearing like a shirt dress.
He's in his my comfy clothes, actually.
This size extra large.
He's taken over that shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts. That actually came from one of my friends in New York.
Who is it?
Brandon.
How come he's wearing clothes like this?
I don't think it was that big to start with. It just kind of grew over the years. Jermaine says do a vulture. Sandra says yes, holes. Marianne says yes, holes.
I like vultures in theory, but not in real
life. I like to see them flying.
I like that they do a job.
Mm-hmm. They do a good job. Somebody's, yep, Gilbert's here again. He's going to lay down on the hearts here soon.
What's on with the blue beak and it looks concerned? And it's white.
A white bird with a blue beak that looks concerned.
And webbed feet.
And webbed feet. I don't know what that is. I don't know. But if y'all want to see something, leave the bird you want to see below. Maybe Andrew will do one more. He doesn't like odd numbers sometimes.
What's that thing where it has like a big balloon on its throat that's red? It's
a black bird. A black bird that makes the balloon. That's how it makes its call.
It's huge.
Yeah, it talks. It talks like that. Do you know what that is? If everyone can hear Andrew, it's a black bird with a red balloon that kind of comes out when it does its call.
It looks like a goiter.
Yeah, it does. Amy says, I know of a blue-footed bird with webbed feet, but I don't know one with a blue beak.
I think that's what it is, the blue-footed something.
Blue-footed, maybe it is the blue-footed one. Grouse.
Grouse, we have.
Julie says heron. Heron, they're blue, but.
Ooh, you know what I should do?
What should you do? A partridge. You haven't done a partridge?
Pheasant.
A pheasant. Yeah, pheasant would be really iridescent. That's pretty. They're pretty birds.
We used to get the ringneck pheasant. Is that it? Ringneck?
Yep, ringneck pheasant. Ringneck pheasant. Blue-footed booby.
Oh, that's right. Blue-footed booby.
Native to the Galapagos Islands. Amy knows. So maybe he'll do one of those, or maybe he'll do a pheasant.
But who knows? Because then it has to put its foot up, and that's kind of weird.
Mary Louise says a peacock.
Maybe. I haven't done a peacock, have I?
Susan also said peacock. Teresa just said peacock.
Maybe white peacock.
A white peacock. We'll see.
To Hawaii, there was a peacock, and it landed in front of us, and it was majestic.
It was majestic. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in with us for this hour and a half late at night. We hope you liked it. We enjoyed it. I enjoyed chatting with you all. I didn't even realize an hour and a half went by. So good job, everyone. Thanks for chatting and thanks for hanging out with us. Like I said, I will have these in the online store within the next probably 30 to 45 minutes. So if you want to purchase any of them, please check then. And I'll probably be sending an email about it tomorrow if they're not all sold out by then. Hopefully y'all buy them all and we're all bought out by then. But thank you for tuning in. Remember, all of this will go to help us at Star Cottage Studio, getting new tools and paying for things and the upgrades and a toilet. How about that? We can't miss a toilet in a video. So miss talking about toilets in a video. So thank you all so very much. And have a wonderful, wonderful evening, everybody. We are going to go. Julie says, go eat. I do need to eat. We have Chinese that I got waiting downstairs for us. So I'm going to put these in the online store and then I'm going to, get into my comfort clothes and eat. So thank you all so much. And, thank you for your support, honestly. Honestly,
I know. The captions didn't say poop hole.
I don't know what the captions. I can't see captions. Amy says, no more poop hole.
I want the poop hole. I desperately want it.
Believe me, I do too, so we can stop talking about it to everyone. Everyone's going to call us the poop boys soon.
Well, we're burning poop.
I know.
That one girl, she got scared.
I know. Let's not horrify everyone. While I'm trying to let them. I know we talked about this in the other video. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much. Have a wonderful evening. Bye now.